how are you? Good? Okay, be welcome, all of you. Yeah. We are presenting the Bigster today, of course. This is a very special day for us, but inside this week of presentation is also a very special day to welcome you guys from Romania, because of course this car is and will be built in Pitești, Romania. So on behalf of the whole Dacia team, we are super happy to have you here in Berlin, Germany. You will understand why we are in Germany in a few seconds to present the Bigster. For us, we are very happy. I was joking, saying that in French we say, on a la banane, we have the banana, because we are smiling, because it's a great day in the history of Dacia. As you know, the Bigster embodies and represents what we presented during the revolution, the conquest of the C segment for the first time in the history of Dacia. This is a C SUV that will be launched soon, and of course will even be followed by more cars, as we already presented, in the years to come. But let's step back a little and go back to 2021, January 14th. This was the time when we presented this car. We presented the whole revolution plan for the Renault Group. At that time, we gave to Dacia a clear role that was a dual role. The first is to be the leader of the affordable low-carbon mobility in Europe, of course, and the second, to continue presenting to the market essential products. I think we can say at that stage that the job is done. You know that Dacia is in the podium, the top 3 of the retail market share in Europe, and you certainly know that for the first 6 months of 2024, Sandero is the most sold car in absolute terms, all channels, in Europe, car number 1. And of course, at the same time, we are launching with the success that you know, the all-new Duster. During this time, and you know that we also kind of redefined the brand. We clarified what the brand stands for. And we did that through 3 brand markers which describe what we want the brand to be. The first of them, you all know it, is essential but cool, because we want to make cars that are essential. We talk about the cool at the same time. The second one is very Dacia, is robust and outdoor at the same time. And the third one is eco-smart. And when we say eco, of course, we mean at the same time ecological and economical for our cars. And the last thing that we did during these 3 years, of course, is to go deep inside the brand and try to reshuffle totally the brand. We did that, of course, with the new brand identity that now everybody knows. We did that with the new logo on our cars. We did that by changing the colors, the way we present the car. We also did that physically in the streets of Europe with the new showrooms that you begin to see all around in Europe. And I would even say, when you take a look at the Bigster here, that we did that through the design of our product, which are now have the real Dacia identity into them. The second point, before we enter into the details of the car, is the fact that the market is also changing and continues changing every day. We can see that Dacia today resonates with more and more people, more and more new customers that are coming to the brand with new expectations. People that understand precisely our value proposition, unique that we're having on the market. Needless to tell you that in these years of inflation on the energy, inflation on the raw material, cost of the regulation, cost of the GSR2, cost of the Euro 6, etc., the cars are getting more and more expensive every day. And we see that more people make a rational choice of essential car and join Dacia. More than 50% conquest in our sales is a proof of that. And with 8.3% of retail market share in Europe, we can say now that Dacia has become a major player on the European market. But now it's time for the new horizons, for the next chapter of Dacia history. It is time to, in a way, deploy in the C segment what we have been doing good in the B segment for more than 20 years. And we're going to deploy this in the C segment. The ambassador of this is, of course, on my left, the Bigster, that will embody the conquest of Dacia to the C segment. Patrice and David will tell us more in a second about the car, but I'd like to say that we've been trying hard, and I think we succeeded in ticking the box of everything which is essential on the C segment. So this car is very new for Dacia in that sense. It will remain price competitive. It will remain price competitive. But at the same time, is a true C-segment car, just examples, and we'll come through them in a second. This car will have a dual air conditioning zone. This car will have noise and filtration bags for the comfort of the drivers. This car will have a full range of 3 totally new engines we will present, including a full hybrid, 155 horsepower. This car will have a panoramic sunroof, new to Dacia. This car has a bi-tone painting, as you can see, also new to Dacia, and much more that we will present right now. But everything is done the Dacia way. I'll give you an example. On the CSUV segment, clients expect an electric tailgate. This car will have an electric tailgate. It will have it. But the Dacia way, usually when car makers always, when OEM do an electric tailgate, they have 2 engines, one on the right, one on the left to move the tailgate. Here, we gave very stretched targets to the cost and to the engineers, and they came up with a one single engine tailgate, works very well. But of course, it's very cost effective, zero compromise on the features that we're putting on the car, but still the Dacia way. As a result of all this process, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to tell you that this Bigster will be in the CSUV the most affordable and the best value proposition on the market. It will have a right price, fair price as always, I should even say a Dacia price, and I'm happy to tell you that this car will start selling on the first ICE versions below 25,000 euro, and will start selling in the hybrid version below 30,000 euro. No one does that in the market, no one, except Dacia will do that on the market. This positioning on the CSUV segment is approximately 20% lower than the average prices on the segment. Of course, the question will be, how do we do this? How does Dacia do that? Well, I would give you 2 hints of what we are doing here. The first one is that we had to learn. Dacia did not know the C segment. So first, we really had to learn and listen with a lot of humility, which we did. We've been interviewing more than 400 face-to-face different clients. Most of them in the biggest C-segment country, Germany. Okay, so we have been talking to a lot of German clients to exactly understand what is essential and what is not essential on the C segment. It is different than the B segment and the A segment. Each segment is very different. And we have been defining the essentiality of the content that will be presented in a second of this car. Second thing, once we've done that, we did the Dacia way. The Dacia way has a name. The name is Design to Cost. It's a bit technical. You all know it, but I will remind it. Usually OEMs, car makers, they design the car that they dream to have. Once they've been designing the car with the design, then they deduct the part to make the car, and once they have the part, they go to the supplier and begin a discussion with the supplier. How much will it cost, make me a proposal, etc., etc. They usually take, of course, the best proposal the supplier are proposing. Hence, the cost of the car is the result of a negotiation. So the cost of the car is not from the start. At Dacia, we do completely the other way around, completely. First we say, this car will sell for less than 25 in ICE and less than 30 in hybrid. And this sets the price of the car. We deduct from that the maximum cost of the car, and we split it, we cut it into parts, and each part has a budget. And it's a given, it's not a negotiation. This is the budget of the part. What best part can you do for me with this budget, each and every part of the car? This is the way we do the cars. And only then we start to work with the design, with the engineers, and with the suppliers, with the price of the part written on the wall. And we don't change the price of the part. At the end of the day, this means that there is no surprise in the cost of the car and no surprise in the selling price of the car. And that's how we propose a 25,000 euro car on the C SUV segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, this car is obviously set for conquest. This is, I don't know if you know that, but the C SUV segment is 23% of the European market. It's close to 3 million cars, to be very precise, 2.8 million cars every year that people in Europe are buying. Bigster will obviously attract new customers to our brand, new in the family, simply because our value proposition is the best by far in the market. So we are very confident, of course. Still, this is, again, Dacia, affordable mobility for pragmatic consumer. This is what we are proposing. We did that in the B, and now we enter in the C segment with this proposal. I'll let you judge, of course, but this car has an absolute great package. We are very happy with the fantastic design we're having here. Still, the best value proposition, so we are super happy to present the Bigster to you guys and later to the public at the Paris Motor Show. And we are very proud of what Dacia could do with this car. And I propose now that we discover much more in detail the car.